Hello everyone and welcome to, well, the first video in a while, ladies and gentlemen, but that doesn't matter for now because we are going to review the Elvis Presley trailer. The new Elvis film that's coming up, if you haven't noticed. Anyway, Elvis was an American singer. If you didn't know that, where have you been all your life? You must have been living under a rock. But Elvis was a singer who was born in Tupelo, Mississippi, 1935, died in 1977, but created legendary music. Ironically, most of his songs weren't written by him, but I quite like Elvis. I think he was a wonderfully talented singer, really good at the time, and you know, when he stopped creating music that was top of the charts, he still was renowned for his eccentric and perfect, almost perfect live performances. You know, if there was anything close to perfect, it was an Elvis Presley show back in the day. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to say to you that I'm going to be watching this trailer now, and you know, it's been released by the Warner Bros. A couple of days ago. I'd like to get in the video now. I'd like to see what might be in the movie. Sometimes trailers do release too much.
There are some who'd make me out to be the villain.
By the way, Tom Hanks is in this. Can you believe it? I am loving it. I love Tom Hanks. He's one of my favourite actors of all time. There you see Elvis leading. They've got the hair perfect. The actor doesn't look the most like him, but Elvis is a very hard person to pull. Say with Freddie, I think Rami Malek looks quite like Freddie, but not perfect. But yet again, it is a biopic. It's not going to be perfect like the person, because of course the person's passed now. But yeah, let's continue.
Of this here story.
Let's don't let a good thing die.
Are you born with destiny? Knocking at your door.
He's a young singer from Memphis, Tennessee.
Okay,
Give him a warm...
so that's Elvis as a child. He had blonde hair as a child. Now, many people don't realise that, and I think his hair was naturally blonde and he used to dye it. Turns out, funny enough, a fact about him, when he was dead, he had an inch of grey hair, and to the people who were doing his body at the time, after he died, his autopsy, right, he had fully grey hair. Like, I don't know whether it was to stress or tablets he was taking, but he had fully grey hair. He used to actually have to dye it. Not a very well known fact about Elvis, but there we go. He's always dyed his hair ever since a teenager.
Hey, Rod, welcome. Mr. Elvis Presley. Get a haircut, buttercup.
By the way, to everyone, that was a nickname he used to get slagged off for his hair. And I know that people get annoyed that I keep pausing it, but I hate these, reaction channels where they just sit there and watch it, and it's like, what are you watching this for? Elvis always used to get nervous before stage, so I like the fact that they've included him, doing his prayers and getting nervous. I really like that.
In that moment, I watched that skinny boy transform
happened
into a superhero.
Well, I must say that's captured it quite well. Wow. Winning, screaming, reaching out for him.
He was my destiny.
I must say, I forgot to mention that it seems to add Colonel Parker's perspective to the video, which, it sounds exciting. But anyway, yeah, that's the one thing I picked up on.
I wish to promote you, Mr. Presley.
Colonel Parker's perfect. And that...
Are you ready?
Right, I'm really pressed in that. His mannerisms are perfect. The Austin Butler, the actor, by the way. And when he sings, I can see tads of Elvis, which is really, really good to see. Absolutely perfect.
Tomorrow, all of America will
will be talking about Elvis Presley.
Damn, that actually looks pretty like Elvis. That shot there, perfect.
Some people wanted to put me in
They've
jail.
got Graceland
Elvis Movie.
cinematics perfectly.
They might put me in jail for walking across the street, but you're a famous white
And
boy.
they've got the purpose. That is brilliant. I'm so glad that they kept that part of the story of Elvis in. That guy, he did know the guy. I can't remember his name, but of course he used to sing back in the day what people used to quote as he used to have a black man's voice. What that meant is he used to sing a lot of blues and rhythm and rock music quite like what the stereotypical black voice at the time was. Of course, now we know that's a bit racist, but at the time, you know, you have to think about the time. That's what people thought. So he was very in, you know, that was his genre at the time. So it's not a surprise that you have stories that he was, you know, they've included the perfect story there because he did know a man at the time. He did know a few African American singers at the time. I can't remember his name though, but he was quite a popular singer at the time, which is really good that they've added that because he came home to Tupelo. I think it was a local singer around the place. I'm trying to remember because I've watched another Elvis movie. It was a series that didn't do too well because they didn't get past 57. Well, they didn't get past to the Ed Sullivan Show, but basically it showed that same character in the film. So there we go.
The way he sings is God-given, so there can't be nothing wrong with it.
That looks perfectly like Elvis.
Luther King has been shot to death in Memphis.
I like the fact that he has the glasses.
It has nothing to do with us.
It has everything to do with us.
Unchained Melody, by the way, was sung by somebody else, but Elvis sung it, the most beautiful version of it, I think. Really, really good. By the way, Elvis was a... He sung a lot of genres, especially before he died. Really good, and his voice was so strong in 1977. People forget that. He had a lot of blips, of course, to poor health, but when he sung that Unchained Melody on the CBS network of, you know, that song, that production they did after he died, I have to say that was, you know, it was one of the most beautiful things Elvis ever did when he was alive, and it was 6 weeks before he died. It's quite emotional to watch. Watch Unchained Melody. It'll blow your mind. And I like the mannerisms. He's got the mannerisms perfectly. I think this sure shows, you know, the genre change because he changed to rock from rhythm and blues. He changed to rock, which was really, well, he did rock, I think, as well. Yeah, because he had a bit of mini band. The bass player and everything. And he's got the Cobra pose that Elvis used to do.
Who I really am. And who are you, Elvis?
He really looks like Elvis on the stage. I can really tell the actor has done a fantastic
This guy will be over in a flash.
Oh wow. The glasses. I like the glasses.
We are the same, you and I. We are two odd, lonely children reaching for eternity.
Oh, I'm so glad they got the 68 comeback in Simmers, June 24th. My nana loves Elvis. Oh, wow. Okay, let me give you a view of this. So, Elvis, right, it shows all through his life. I'm so glad they've not been afraid to cut bits out because I love Queen, right? And the problem with Bohemian Rhapsody, they left so much out. See, you know, where Elvis collapses and off stage, you know, they're not afraid to show the condition of him after his performances, where Freddie does a nightclub scene that they kept out. Now, I can see why they did that, but in my opinion anyway, and I think they should keep the whole thing in, you know, I think biopics should be a fair representation of all sides of the person, and I think they should keep the life in, but I like the fact that they kept the achievement, the legend of Freddie Mercury going, and they showed the legendary stuff. So I guess in hindsight with the Freddy stuff, they did have to keep some bits out. And I'm glad that they captured Freddy on Live Aid. Similar with Elvis, but they've not been afraid to keep the arguments with Colonel Parker and all that out. And it shows, I think it shows a lot of personal side to Elvis, which I like a lot. I feel that fans and non-fans are going to learn quite a bit about him in the movie, which is amazing. Warner Bros. Do good movies, in my opinion. This would be, yet again, my opinion, great movie so far. Bits, I think, is this going to go a bit fast from his childhood? We're not going to see as much as his childhood. Might have not been documented well at the time, but I will say, from the looks of this, it's going to be a good movie that includes all of it. Looks very good. I can't wait. I'm so glad they got the 68 special where he sings If I Can Dream. Another song that no one brings up that was sung so beautifully by him. An Unchained Melody. I hope that the end scene of the movie is him at the piano. He may be bloated and overweight, but he's in the piano singing the best live performance moment of his career, in my opinion. The way he sung that song and the strength that he still had, despite the fact that his condition, amazing. Just shows the strength. Same with Freddie. The fact that, he went on stage and he had early symptoms of AIDS. He hadn't been diagnosed at the time, even though in the movie it said he did. But the strength that he had to go up on stage and still perform, amazing from a lot of singers. This is why it annoys me when singers say, oh, I've got a bad cold tonight, I'm going to have to cancel the show. No, don't do that. Just look at Elvis. He was in such bad shape, but he still had the courage to go up on stage and perform. And he was amazing throughout his lifetime. That is what I want everyone to remember. The voice that he had, the strength that he showed, and all the personal demons he had, the divorce, but he still gave the fans the performance. And the nerves, he got stage fright, right? He was so close to his talent never being uncovered, because it was an accident, He went to the record studio, and he, what did he do? He made a record for his mother, right? And, well, let's look at it that way. He was making a record for his mother. He wasn't making to get famous. He was too nervous, but the producer realised the talent that Elvis had. Perfect. That this guy was able to have the strength to perform in front of people despite the killer anxiety. Legendary performer, one of the greatest singers of all time. Yeah, thank you very much for watching. That's my review of the Elvis film. I think it's amazing. It looks amazing. I can't wait to watch it at the cinema now. My nana loves Elvis, so it'll be good to watch it at the cinema with my nana, or at home with my nana. One of the two. And, yeah. I just hope that, I just hope that it delivers what the trailer seems to suggest. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. More to come on things like this, and I'll see you soon.